live Husker Women's Gymnastics Media Day hosted by the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. I'm Arden Lockheim. Thank you for joining us via our live stream on the Nebraska News Service YouTube page. For those of you in the audience, please raise your hand if you have a question, and our mic runners will get the microphone to you. We'll have you guys introduce yourselves first, and then we'll get underway with questions.
Hi, I'm Olivia Burns.
Hi, I'm Lauren Homicello.
I'm Heather Brink.
I'm Anna Kelmis.
Hi there. I'm Luna Acosta with Unlimited Sports. Y'all season ended last April in the NCAA championships. So what has the overall mood been for the team since then? I know you guys have obviously been wanting to improve for next season starting in January. And what's the overall mood been since y'all left the championship that April?
Do you want me to answer? Okay. I think they're really motivated to continue to build off the momentum that we've built from the last couple of years. We've got some pretty high goals that we haven't achieved in the past few years that they're really focused in on and kind of putting in the all the day-to-day hard work. So we're in kind of the thick of our preseason currently, which is like the longest, hardest stretch of the year. So I know they're really excited for this upcoming season with just getting the reward of seeing that hard work really pay off. But yeah, I think they're all excited. It's a really good group of young women who are really close-knit and really kind of working on building that culture, and obviously the results will show too.
You said that the preseason is one of the hardest parts of your season. What makes it so difficult?
I would just say we're just ramping up on a lot of numbers. We're just doing a lot of reps of our skills so that we can get them how we want them to be. We're doing a lot of conditioning and stuff to get ready for routines. So it's just overall we're just doing a lot. Weights, practice, finals for school and stuff. That's when school's starting. So I think just all of it together makes it pretty difficult and challenging, but it's always worth it in the end.
I think it's the time management of the whole day, right? They get up and lift early in the morning, then they have class all mid-morning into the afternoon, and then we go into the practice. I think we really focus this portion of the season really kind of getting them what we call routine ready, which is just more than just doing the skills. We want them to be able to manage the competition routine that they have to do on a continual basis, so we can kind of get to that phase of the year where we're just perform, recover, and not still building as we get into season. So it's pretty taxing on their bodies. They put in a lot of hard work. I think they're one of the strongest athletes pound for pound in the country. So it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication to be able to do that, in addition to managing all their schoolwork, and some of them work jobs. So just kind of keeping all of that balanced can be the hardest piece of it.
Coach, what would you say is your team's biggest strength this season?
Oh, definitely their connection. I think they've worked really hard to continue to build the culture of what we consider to be the family. I think they're really dedicated and kind of bought into the process of achieving our goals this year. We've gotten so close the last couple that I think they can kind of really taste it. So really kind of honing in on how that connection can boost us to the next level.
Then for the athletes, you guys have been here, Lauren and Olivia, for a couple years. How do you take on a new role of no longer maybe being freshmen and now being upperclassmen for both of you, and how are you helping the younger girls?
Yeah, I would say a big thing is setting a good example for them. There's 7 freshmen, and there's 2 of our freshmen last year, which are now sophomores. They didn't compete last year, so it's kind of just setting an example to them on the standards of our team, and then when we set a good example, they're able to follow and take on the role of who we are as Nebraska gymnasts and represent the state well.
Yeah, definitely setting an example is like something that they can just like watch and see, but also building that connection with them so that they feel comfortable to come up and ask us questions, because we've obviously experienced a lot of different things, and so just giving them that like safety net to just come and ask questions, and we can help them with whatever that may be.
For the third consecutive year, everyone on the team last year was named a member of the Tom Osborne Citizenship Team. How has being involved in the community and doing service projects helped you guys get closer as a team and also allow you to grow as individuals outside of being an athlete?
I think by doing community service, we all find that it bonds us all together, and doing it for the community, I think it just helps, put our name out there that we are gymnasts and we are committed to not only our sport but our community as well. And we had done a couple over the past months, but I think our favorite has been the domestic pups. The puppies were so cute, and we were able to play with them, and it was just cool seeing how we all interacted together and then with the staff as well, and I think it really built a great connection.
We do a lot of like individual and team type oriented outreach events. My personal opinion is that it really gives them a great opportunity to kind of see their reach. They're provided a benefit of being on a platform to represent obviously our program, but the University of Nebraska and the state in general, and to see how that reach can continue to inspire the next generation, I think is really impactful for them. And when they kind of see that for full circle moments, I think it bonds them, realizing kind of that impact.
Building off the previous questions about team culture, what have you guys been doing both individually and as a team to let the newer folks know that they are welcome, to help them feel more comfortable, and to let the more tenured folks know that what they're doing is helping the team and helping the overall morale, culture, state of the team?
I would say we try to do a lot of team events outside of the gym. So we painted pumpkins, we've done a game night, we've made a goal board, and just like little things like that outside of the gym have helped us bond and made our bond stronger within the gym. Those have just made us stronger and getting to know each other outside of our sport.
I mean, they truly come from all over the world, and so when you take these different backgrounds, the benefit is just really getting to do our sport, something we all share a same passion for, but they really truly get to know each other on deeper levels. When they're struggling, when they're really excited about something, they share in those same emotions. And when we are kind of a full unit in that space, it certainly allows us the opportunity, in my personal opinion, to kind of level up as a team, because it's something we can control as a group and as a unit, but also I think it just makes it more worthwhile throughout the season when you're competing for the others too. They're all putting in the same amount of work, showing up, their sweat, their tears, their hard work is also meaningful to each of us.
What are you guys most looking forward to for this season?
I think I'm most looking forward to obviously just competing. Being a freshman, we have a big incoming class, and I think that all of us getting out there on the floor and just showing what we have to not only, our team, but also our parents and our club gym as well. I think it's just an awesome experience to do. And then as a team, I just think that we're ready. I think we're ready for, accomplishing our goals, and it's going to be a grind, but I think we really got it in the bag.
I'm excited to kind of see them have the opportunities to recognize their abilities and to kind of see some of that hard work pay off. It's pretty rewarding as a coach to stand in the sidelines and watch them, be able to attain something they've, really worked hard for. And on top of that, I'm excited to slap the sticker on the NCAA tournament board this year.
Yeah, I would say same thing. I mean, I'm excited to see all of our hard work pay off. I'm excited to see us achieve our goal of going to the Sweet 16. I just can't wait to see this group of girls and all the excitement that season brings, and just, it's so exciting.
I'm excited to see just like everyone achieve all their goals and all the things that they're striving for, because we are putting in so much hard work right now and we're all just so like bonded and connected. I'm just genuinely excited to see everyone just be happy and just do what they came here to do. And then also just traveling, getting to see different places and travel with like my favorite people. It's always the most fun. We make the best memories. So.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. We'll have the next group of Huskers come in.
Thank you, guys.
Another great group of gymnasts with us here. We'll have each of you introduce yourselves, and then same thing, raise your hand and we'll get the mic to you.
I'm Peyton Peck.
I'm Whitney Jenks.
I'm Allie Gard.
I'm Lauren Hollyfield. What motivates you guys to go into like each meet?
I think for me, it's just building on one thing to the next. Like after we do one meet, going home, being able to reflect on what we did great, what we can improve on, and seeing that step-by-step process as we build up towards the postseason. So seeing that improvement from meet to meet, especially with such a big group of newcomers, like watching them grow throughout the season, I think is going to be a great thing between meet to keep us going.
And one thing the previous group mentioned was y'all doing certain events to help build each other up, just kind of get to know each other more and build that bond with each other. What was one of y'all's favorite events to do together, both in season or out of season?
I think one thing that we like to do, honestly, is just get together as a team and do fun things. Like especially during the holidays, we'll just like go to someone's house or their apartment and all hang out. And usually we plan something like fun to do. Like during Halloween, we like painted pumpkins and stuff, and that was pretty fun. So I think just doing things that keep us busy outside of the gym and not so focused on our sport, and just having fun as a group and bonding with each other.
Hi. With there being more representation for women's sports, have you guys felt the pressure of living up to the media standards for women, and how have you guys handled it?
Honestly, it's been a great opportunity. Like, I love seeing more exposure for us. I love seeing the growth of women's sports. And honestly, for me, I think less than pressure, it's more of a motivation to like show little girls what they'll be able to achieve in the future, and like having that, have them look up to us, and like being able to do autograph sessions after meets and seeing how many girls show up is honestly something that inspires me more than it is a pressure. And I'd love to see it grow for women's gymnastics more. I think volleyball has seen a lot of the growth of women's sports, and I hope in the future gymnastics sells out Devaney the way that they do. And so honestly, I'd love to see it grow even further.
Whitney, you were second team All Big Ten last year. What's an honor like that mean for you?
I mean, it's pretty exciting. To be honest, I'm not really sure what that means, but yeah, it was really exciting, and just like want to build on that the next year.
Many of the team's losses last year were less than 2 points. How do you guys plan on emphasizing maximizing every tenth of a point to flip those close losses to big wins?
I think this year just really focusing in on the details of our skills. I think sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves, but just really like staying in the moment and focusing on every small detail is probably the biggest thing this year that could change that.
To add to that too, like we just had our first inner squad of the season a couple weeks ago, and as a team we sat down and were able to look at some judges' reflections and notes that they had for us, and it was just such little things like where can we fix our landings, like where can we look more confident and show it off, like, and we were able to find like over a point that we could get back just simply by being more confident in ourselves. So I think focusing on the smallest deductions that we can fix is going to be key this year.
I have a question for Peyton. Being an out-of-state freshman, what has been your focus on understanding this team's chemistry and what it means to represent Nebraska in the gym?
I think just getting to know all the girls, like they're all amazing. And at the beginning of season, we did a team retreat, which was like the first week of like official practice. And it just helped me get to know everyone and to really connect with them. All the older girls, they help you through everything and they're always there for you. So I think that's like the main thing.
How do you guys recover after like an intense practice or competition day?
Ooh, I hit the cold tub right after a hard practice. I think that's the best recovery. And then mentally recovering, like just going home and like being able to like veg out on the couch with my roommates and laugh a little bit.
Yeah, to add on to that, we also have a lot of really helpful and supportive staff. Our dietitian or nutritionist is really helpful, having like cherry juice and beet juice after competitions and practices so that we can recover quicker and be better for the next day. So.
You guys are actually all from all out of state. So what do like the holidays look like for you? I know your guys' season is in January, so it probably looks a little different than a lot of us as students because you guys have to prepare for all of that. So what do like the holidays look like for you? Do you get to go back home?
So usually around Christmas, we get about like 4 or 5 days off. We go home right after our December inter squad and then come back around the 26th because we have to start getting ready for our first meet on January 10th.
Peyton, you want to tell them your fun experience you just had with traveling back?
Oh, yeah. There's lots of snow in Illinois this weekend, so all my flights got canceled. So it's a 7-hour drive to Illinois where I'm from, and it took 12 hours to get to Nebraska because of all the ice and snow.
Whitney and Allie, you guys are both upperclassmen now. What does it mean to take on a different role of being leaders on the team?
For me, I feel like even coming in freshman year, I had an amazing group of juniors and seniors to look up to. So like being able to take away what I learned as an underclassman, like the things that they did for me that helped me progress as an athlete is really what I want to give back to these girls as an upperclassman. I've really enjoyed the experience of kind of moving up the ladder a little bit and being able to teach these girls what Nebraska Gymnastics is all about because it's something that means so much to me. So being able to work with these girls towards the Sweet 16 this year has been such an awesome opportunity.
Okay, I can't answer to it's just, yeah, I mean, I do feel older now. I mean, 8 seniors graduated, and they were kind of like people I looked up to a lot, so just kind of trying to lead like the way they did and for the freshmen, so.
What does it look like when you guys are preparing to compete? Like, do you have any game day rituals or superstitions that you follow?
Well, we kind of like when we all get ready together, we get there like 2 or 3 hours early before the meet and get ready together and just like listen to music and stuff. And then we always play volleyball like in a circle before the meet. Am I missing anything?
Away meets too, we go out on the floor and visualize like where our tumbling class is going to go, where you're going to land your dismount, where you're going to smile at the judge, just because everything's a little bit different than a home meet. But it's pretty much the same 2 to 3 hours before get ready together.
Thank you guys so much for coming out to join us today, and you guys as well. Sit tight. We'll be joined by our next amazing group of Husker gymnasts in just a minute.
Wait, is the camera off now?
I don't think so.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 Husker Women's Gymnastics Media Day hosted by the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. I am Arden Lockheim. Thank you for joining us via the live stream on Nebraska News Service YouTube page. For those of you in the audience, please introduce yourselves and stand up when you have a question and we'll give you the mic. And then if you guys can just introduce yourselves, we will get started. We're really excited to be joined by some amazing Husker gymnasts today as well as their assistant coach.
Hi. Oh. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a senior on the gymnastics team. I'm a psychology major, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hello, I'm Naya. I'm an elementary education major. I'm a senior, and I'm from Canada.
I'm Haley. I'm a pre-health major, and I'm a freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Ryan Amato, associate head coach, 6th year.
Eerie.
I'll get us started off. What do you guys feel is your team's biggest strength this season?
I feel like our connection is really good. Our team atmosphere is really great. We have a new freshman class in this year. 8? Yeah. 7. 7 of them. And it's been going really well.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Just our family atmosphere and being able to connect with everybody is so amazing, and just having all that time together in and out of the gym.
Being a freshman, just being welcomed by all the upperclassmen has been really welcoming.
Yeah, I think we have a good balance of returners and freshmen that will add to the mix, so I think we have a good prospect for the year coming up.
What are some goals for you guys as a team regarding the team this season?
Our goal is to be a Sweet 16 team, so basically make it to the NCAA tournament and be in the Sweet 16.
Day 2.
Take 2.
Day 2.
Day 2. Yes, day 2.
Day 2 of regionals.
Yes, that's our main goal.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the team has made the NCAA tournament for the last several years and made it through the first round, so our goal is to advance to the next round and kind of give us the opportunity to go further than that.
How do you guys' previous successes contribute to your confidence, your morale, just the feelings that y'all have heading into this next season?
I think it's just really good to start off the season knowing what we're able to do and what we are able to accomplish, and then being able to do that continually through the season, being able to build on that and just have fun with it and not have to stress about the little things, and just knowing that we're doing it because we know we can.
Yeah, I mean, we just had our first inter squad this fall, and our team did really well. We stayed cool and calm, and we did our jobs. And I feel like going into this season, we're going to go off with a bang.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the experience is always important, good and bad. You take away the good things from things that you've done that you want to repeat, things that you want to be better at, you have to go from there. And we have a lot of new people too, so that kind of mix is going to be important for us to learn from things that we've done in the past and build on that and try to go forward from there.
Coach, you said you're in your 6th year here at Nebraska. How have you seen this program grow from the first day you walked in the door to now?
Yeah, I mean, I came during COVID, so it was a crazy time. A lot was going on. Since then, we've built a roster. I started, we had 12 people on the roster. We're up to 20 now. We've built the depth, and that's kind of the biggest thing for us is, like any sport, you have to have a front line of people that are going to go out there and contribute a lot, but also depth when those people aren't available for whatever reason. And that's really grown for us. So that's shown in our progress in our rankings and our moving into the NCAA tournament. And now we're kind of ready for the next step, and that's kind of where this group is ready for.
For the seniors, what kind of legacy do you want to leave on this program, given just also like the legacy that your head coach left, being the first ever Husker gymnast to score a 10 and like the first woman to, I think it was get like a, for the vault, I think. Mm-hmm. So like just stuff like that's crazy. Like what kind of legacy do you guys want to leave?
For me, I want to be known as not just for my gymnastics, but for my personality and how people see me other than a gymnast. I feel like that's really important as in a team, because a team, you're not just doing the skills for like yourself, you're doing the skills for others and your coaches and everyone else around you and the little girls that look up to you. So I feel like for me, that's what I want to leave on. Yeah.
I definitely want to just show the community that we do gymnastics for ourselves, for our team, and for them. I mean, Husker fans are always there with us. They support us through the good times and the bad times. And I mean, it's just amazing to see all that stuff. And I want to be able to leave that legacy of just being able to show them that we care for them too, as much as they care for us.
Question for Coach. Can you explain your chemistry with Coach Brink? What are some of the things you take control of in the gym, and what are the other things that you take the backseat in and just let her go full in charge of?
Yeah, so I'm the associate coach. I've been here for 6 years. Heather and I have worked together for the whole time. My job primarily is coach bars. I mean, that's my main event. We split the events evenly a little bit. So I do that. I do a lot with the recruiting and that kind of thing. But one of the areas I definitely take a back seat is the leotard design and selecting that. It's definitely not the area you want my opinion on. I don't have to wear them. I don't necessarily look very good in one. So I stay out of the whole leotard business as much as humanly possible. Makeup, hair, any of that kind of stuff, definitely not in my zone. So I stay in my lane. But yeah, that's how we work together. Honestly, the chemistry between Heather and I is important. I mean, obviously, she's been here my whole time. So that's kind of one of the things that leads the whole team.
This is a question for Haley. Being a freshman, what have you learned from these two seniors here?
I've definitely learned so much, especially about like consistency and learning from them how they deal with just certain things in the gym, like the assignments and like how to get through it. I've learned that even on the bad days, like to push forward like with a good attitude. I feel like a good attitude has definitely been the biggest thing.
I want to mainly ask the seniors and Coach Amato, what are you guys hoping to see out of these freshmen once the season starts? And what have you guys seen already for them? What are you guys most looking forward to when you actually go out there and compete?
I'm really excited for our freshman class. I mean, we have 7 of them, and all of our freshmen have really good depth on like every event. We have like a lot of 10 start values from the freshmen, so that's awesome to see. So hopefully they can go in our vault lineup and rank up our vault score. And yeah, I'm really excited for what they can do for us.
I mean, I've already seen so much growth from them from when they started this summer. Just them being able to speak out to us and put in their opinion and everything has really shown, and they've gotten out of their shell a lot, especially Haley here. It's just so exciting to see all the stuff that they can do for us, and a lot of them are on multiple events, and I'm just so excited to see them be able to contribute in those events, especially adding those 10-0 start values to vault would be huge for us, and I think it would be really, really good to see them in those lineups.
Yeah, I mean, there's areas that they're going to contribute from the beginning. Honestly, the goal is always with freshmen is to kind of get them started, get them in the lineups, get them some experience. I mean, that's the biggest thing. But we're going to need their contribution as well. So the biggest thing is to get them started. Once we get them going, then make some choices and just get them some more experience. And by the end of the year, they'll be an integral part in our success.
This is for Coach. How do you expect to get to round 2 this year? Like your guys' goal with this group compared to last group, and kind of what's the trajectory for that look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple in gymnastics. There's no defense, right? So it's really about doing your job. You've got to go out there. The routines that we have, the quality, the athletes we have, what they're capable of is more than enough to get us to that next round. Ultimately, though, you have to go out there when the pressure's on, when you're under the lights, and do it. And they're perfectly capable of this. It's something we work on every day. But just going out there, controlling what you can control, and hitting the routines that we have is enough to get us there. For the group, it's really about learning, being confident in that, and going out there and performing. And if they do that, the sky's the limit for them. But that's kind of the big message for them and the big thing they need to work on and kind of carry into the season.
Emily, you said you're from Nashville, Tennessee. So what was the adjustment like going from Nashville, Tennessee to Lincoln, Nebraska?
It was definitely a big adjustment, especially right now with it being a little chilly. It's just like the big town vibe and then the small town vibe. Nebraska is very much so like a big campus, but like with a small vibe. I love being able to come here and like go over to my teammate's house and it only be like 5 minutes away. It's just really been like an amazing experience for that. It's definitely been an adjustment being away from my family. But I call my parents multiple times a day, and we still have that relationship that we built when I was at home. So being able to continue that with FaceTime and calls has been amazing.
Being an international student, what is it? I saw that like y'all have 2 other Canadians. What is it like kind of building a community within the 3 of y'all, being the only internationals on the team?
Yeah, so I'm from Canada, and that was pretty different moving down to the States. I actually first went to St. Charles at Lindenwood University, and then I came here, so I had 2 different experiences in 2 different states, which I guess St. Charles is in Nebraska or in the Midwest, so I guess they're kind of the same, but Nebraska I feel like is much like home. I live in Saskatchewan, so that's right above North Dakota in Canada, or yeah, in the States, I guess. But then the weather's definitely similar, but with my girls around me, I feel like my connections with the team and the coaches and staff around here, I formed a really good connection, and it just feels like home. This is like my second home. I call my home, my teammates or my girls, my sisters, and yeah.
What has been a technical issue for the team that was prevalent last season that you got really nitpicky about over the off season that you're hoping to improve score-wise on the mat and on the floor this season?
That's a good question. Probably, do you mean like deductions that like go in our routines? I would probably say sticking our landings on and then getting no deduction landings on floor. That has always been like not a problem, but like something that has taken off points for us, and being able to focus on that and just work on landing drills and holding our landing has been a big thing. Like you have to hold your landing for 2 seconds without any movement to get no deduction. So just being able to like focus on that and then incorporate that into our routines at the end of our routine and finish with that is really a big thing that we had to work on, and I think it's gotten a lot better this year.
Yeah, I feel like at the start of the season, everyone's really excited for our competitions. Mid-season, we kind of get in a little bit of a, I get I don't know, like we get to do another competition, but it's like our bodies are aching and stuff like that. And then at the end of the season, it's exciting again because we get to regionals, Big Tens, everything like that. And when we get to those competitions, I feel like we just need to do our normal and like hold our landings, little details like that, hands-ons on bars, presentation on floor and beam. So stuff like that, we just really need to hone in at the end of the season.
What do you think, how does your team set apart from other teams?
How does our team set apart from other teams?
I would say our team chemistry is very tight. Like I could go to any person on the team and trust them with anything that I'm gonna say. So I would say that, and then we can just trust each other. I mean, I know that someone will, and people will try so hard. Like I know that they will try their best no matter how they feel.
I would say our gymnastics, it may not be like the hardest gymnastics in the country, but we are usually pretty clean, and I think that will get us a lot of places, and we can be very consistent if we just do our normal, and I think that will get us to the Sweet 16.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you all taking the time, and everyone will be looking forward to seeing you guys compete over at Devaney and beyond this season.
Thank you.
We'll have our next group of Husker gymnasts coming in just a minute. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 Husker Women's Gymnastics Media Day hosted by the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. I am Arden Lockheim. Thank you for joining us via the Nebraska News Service live stream on the YouTube page. In the audience, if you guys have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get the mic over to you and you can stand up when you ask it. First, we'll have all these incredible gymnasts introduce themselves alongside their coach. We're really looking forward to having you guys here today and we really appreciate you taking the time.
Okay. Hi, I'm Reese Baker, and I'm a sophomore on the gymnastics team.
I'm Isabel Sycon, and I'm a junior.
I'm Tegan Shaver, and I'm a freshman from Canada.
I'm Montana Rull, and I'm an assistant coach.
I'll get you guys started off. What do you guys feel are your biggest strengths for the team this season?
I think one of our biggest strengths is just the camaraderie that we have. I think we all have a really good energy, and we all bond together really well, and I think that's going to help carry us through the season.
I agree with that. I would say that we are very aligned as a team, and that will get us far in the season.
I also agree. I think as a team, we've set many goals and expectations, and I think that's going to help us get to where we want to be.
I think we have a lot of people that have great strengths on each event, and they're all willing to put in the work to get there and be their best selves so that we can reach the goal together. So that's exciting, and they get along great, and it's a good team chemistry, which is unique. So.
Coach, you before this were at Omaha Gymnastics Academy, and you were hired August 2025. First of all, congratulations on being in this program. What's it been like for you from August to now, and then transitioning from Omaha Gymnastics Academy to being a member of this team?
It has been a great experience. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I have loved getting to know the girls and the coaches and being a part of the university. It's always been home for me. I grew up watching Nebraska Gymnastics, and it's really cool to be a part of it now. There's been a lot of learning that happened in the short period of time from then to now, and it's been very exciting. So.
Hi, question for Tegan. Being an international freshman, what has been your focus on understanding the team chemistry and what it means to represent Nebraska in the gym as a Husker?
I'm just extremely grateful for this opportunity. Obviously, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And as an international student, I've definitely had to adjust a lot. But I think having a good team and so many great people around me, it's been really helpful, and yeah.
You talked about adjustments. What have those adjustments been like for you?
I would say the biggest thing is just being so far away from home. I'm really close with all of my family, especially my sisters, so not having them, and I used to train with them every day and practice with them, so not having them has definitely been a big adjustment. But again, having these girls is like having my sisters with me, so that's definitely been what has helped me the most.
What is a critique that each of you have received, either being a college athlete or in high school or club, that hasn't necessarily brought you down, but ignited a fire in you to perform better at practices and at your meets?
That's a good question. I think one, critique that I get often, and I think a lot of us get often, is that just not being too hard on ourselves. I think we all try to be perfectionists and do everything to the best of our ability, and obviously there's going to be off days. We're human, not everything is going to be perfect all of the time, so I think something that we all try to work on is just being able to accept that there's going to be off days and not everything's going to be perfect every single time.
Yeah, I would also kind of say similar to that, you don't need to be a perfectionist, and progress can definitely go a long way. Even if you don't see it every day, it's always building.
Last year was the first time since 2020 that Nebraska had 4 all Big Ten selections, but the team still went 8-14. How do you guys translate individual talent into a consistent team record?
individual talent is really beneficial on our teams. I think, especially last year, and I think that'll continue to build into this year. But having, people who are really good on the team, I think helps motivate others to continue to push and be their best selves as well.
I think that having individual talent on the team can't make the team great in and of itself. It has to be the team wanting their teammates to do well genuinely. They want to be the best that they can be as a team, and they want to be the best they can be individually, but have that same understanding that, okay, well, this person beat me out, and now I want to beat them, but I still want them to be their best. Like, I don't want them to do bad so that I can be on top. You know what I'm saying? They have to have that view that I want Tegan to have her very best vault, but then I still want to be able to beat her and not want to tear her down in order to be better myself.
This question is going to be mainly for Reese, Isabel, and Tegan. With these new additions to the team, especially the new freshman, the new assistant coach, how has this changed y'all's mindset? How has this changed y'all's culture? Is there any improvements y'all have noticed since then, and what have you guys done to adjust to those changes?
Yeah, so I think every change is an adjustment, and I think there's always that little bit of period where, it's hard and you're getting used to things, but I think, losing all of those seniors and gaining all of these new freshmen, it's been just like a new opportunity to see just like what kind of culture we can have. And I think the seniors who left a legacy for us that we're able to pass down to the freshmen. So I'm excited to see, how it continues to build throughout the season.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the legacy from last year continues to build into this year with a much younger team, but I've already seen it start to grow a lot more, and I'm excited to see what the year holds.
Last year you guys had 19 new career highs and 33 individual event titles. How do you guys build off that while still reaching that level?
I think that having that success and knowing that it's possible helps the girls that are coming in, especially when you have so many freshmen and underclassmen that are going to be contributing this year. To know what the team was able to accomplish before them helps them see what they're able to accomplish and build off of that. But at the end of the day, I think that the team that we have is capable of more, and they know that. So just having that belief in themselves and being reminded by us regularly that they can do more with it is important too.
You guys have a pretty grueling season when it comes to fatigue on your guys' bodies and the weather, as we can see on days like today. So what keeps you guys motivated to show up in the gym even when it's the last thing you want to do?
For me, I would say it goes back down to my why, and we've done a lot of work on that and getting to know other people's whys as well on why they're doing the sport. For me, a big part of that is my mom did college gymnastics, and so I kind of want to continue on that legacy, so that kind of drives me every day.
Yeah, I think we all kind of started this sport young, so I think, part of my why is doing it for the little me who fell in love with the sport and just had fun every single day doing it. And then also for my sisters, just being inspiration for them helps motivate me as well.
Yeah, I also think it's really important that we all remind each other why we show up every day and help each other on the hard days. Just by reminding each other that we deserve to be here and we've worked so hard, and each day we put in the work is what's going to help us in the end.
This is a question for Reese. You dealt with some injuries last year. How have you bounced back, and what do you look to provide this year to the team?
Well, I'm hoping to provide anything, anywhere, contributing on any event that I can. Bouncing back was definitely tough, but I've stayed resilient and determined to come back, and I am really driven by my why and expanding on it every day on why I do the sport, and I can't wait to be back this season.
Yeah, another question for Reese. Since you've been talking about your why and your mom being a college athlete in the same sport as you, I'm sure it's great to share that love for the sport. But do you ever feel the pressure to live up to her standards, and what does that relationship look like for you guys?
Yeah, so as cool as as it is that she did it, there definitely is some pressure there. She also opened a gymnastics facility when I was about 5 years old, and she coached me all throughout club gymnastics before coming here. So that was a little tough to manage, but now it honestly just inspires me every day because I want to be able to get to her standard and live up to all of that. Honestly, it's not really pressure, it kind of is what drives me.
Preseason can be a super long time, and as you guys get closer to your first competition on January 10th, where are you guys at in the preseason, and how do you all see preseason? Because you had a coach earlier talk about how tough preseason is. I mean, do you guys agree with that, and how do you see your preseason?
Yeah, I agree. Preseason is definitely a tough time for all of us. I think having the whole team go through it together is something that honestly kind of helps us bond and get through it. But I just really try to live in the moment as much as I can because it goes over like in the blink of an eye. Like preseason is already over, and during the moment it feels like a long time, but once you get past it, it goes by super fast.
What does the trajectory to the Sweet 16 look like, and like making it to round 2 through regionals?
So it definitely takes peaking at the right time, making sure that everybody's staying healthy and recovering well from the practices that we have and the assignments that we give them. So taking care of their bodies is really important. Managing their numbers is really important to allow them to be successful and allow their bodies to be where they need to be as we're getting to postseason.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time. We will have another group of incredible Husker gymnasts coming up right after them. Thanks, guys. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 Husker Women's Gymnastics Media Day hosted by the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. I'm Arden Lockheim. Thank you so much for joining us via the live stream on the Nebraska News Service YouTube page. For those of you in the audience, raise your hand and we'll get the mic over to you. And for you guys, if we'll have you just introduce yourselves before we get started, we're very excited to have you all here. Thanks for taking the time.
Hi, I'm Meredith Brandt. I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Jenna Sartoretto. I'm a junior.
I'm Caitlin Barth. I'm a senior.
Hi everyone, my name is Molly Korth and I'm one of the assistant coaches.
I'll get you guys started. What do each of you feel like are your individual strengths as well as kind of the team strength as a whole?
I would say my individual strength right now is just showing up every day and putting in the work. Definitely as a freshman, it's a little bit harder to break lineups and know what your role is all the time, but just showing up every day and learning what that role is really important moving forward.
I would say that my individual strength is just showing up every day also, like Mary said, and giving my full effort, being a good teammate, and just working on the values that we've discussed as a team to reach our goals. The team has really worked hard this year at just getting down every single day to work on our goals and be good teammates to each other and accomplish the Sweet 16. So that's what we've been working on.
I think one of my strengths this year just is experience being a senior. We have a very new team with a lot of freshmen and also some other girls who just don't have as much experience competing. And so having been through the ropes, being able to kind of lead them through that and show them all those little details that aren't explicitly said. And then as a team, I think we just have a very diverse group of girls, and that's really beneficial that we can all just come together and feed off each other's strengths and balance out each other's weaknesses so that we can be super successful.
Yeah, similar to what, Caitlin said, I think we have a lot of different personalities on the team, especially with a decent sized freshman group. So having all of them, come together, different experiences always come together and bring a lot of positive, perspectives in the gym. So I just think having a lot of people with different experiences can really progress us this year. So I'm excited for all of our freshmen.
Question for Molly. How have you adapted from being an athlete at Kentucky to having been a volunteer and assistant coach at Georgia to now being in the Midwest representing the Husker brand?
Yeah, so I'm originally from the Midwest, so I'm super excited to be back closer to home than I was as an athlete and a volunteer coach down at Georgia. But I think the transition from being an athlete, I was an athlete less than 10 years ago, so I can, kind of relate to them on a daily basis, what they're going through with exams and difficult practices and just the stress of maintaining a student athlete lifestyle. I think I can really, help them understand what time management means. And, when you come into the gym and you're ready for a hard practice, what that kind of looks like and why you're doing that, because it's all for a bigger goal.
Following up with that, you're an 11 all-time competitor at Kentucky. How do you bring that personal achievements to this role, and how do you help develop these girls into achieving?
Yeah, similar to what I said, just about the time management, the daily grind of, being a successful athlete myself. I think I can just relate, in a difficult assignment, a difficult time, I can say, this is for a bigger goal, and, you have these massive goals that you want to achieve. So how are you going to work through kind of this difficult day? You're tired. I know you miss your family and et cetera, but how are you going to kind of move through this so that we can still be successful at the end of the day? I feel like they all have a pretty decent respect for me as an athlete as well as a coach. So I think, just them having a similar, I have a coach that has a similar experience to what I've been through, kind of helps them understand why we all have these big goals.
I want to ask this question to all of you because I want to hear this from both the coaches and the players' perspective. What are your guys' goals heading into this next season, knowing what you've been able to do in the past, what you guys have been able to do individually in the past, and what you guys can be capable of now?
We are just such a strong group of young women, and our ultimate goal is the Sweet 16. That's what we've discussed. That's what we've been working towards. We've directed all of our values towards that, and just coming together every single day, like Molly said, and just bringing all of our different personalities. And the grind is, it's intense sometimes, but working towards the Sweet 16 is something that we have our eyes locked on.
Yeah, or should I? Okay. Like she said, we want to go to the Sweet 16, and I think that our goal in that is just to maximize every opportunity in front of us. We're very, very fortunate that we have everything we need in front of us to get us there, and so really taking advantage of all that and maximizing every opportunity so that we can grow as a team, because we definitely are capable of it, and so just putting together our strengths that we're able to do it.
Being a senior, Caitlin, on a fairly younger team, what has stepping into this leadership role looked like for you?
It's just been so much fun just to put myself in that leadership position. I know that when I was definitely an underclassman, that I really looked up to our seniors, and I watched their every move, and I tried to be like them in so many ways. And so I'm really trying to just lead by example and show them the kind of person that I wanted to be, and just be that person myself now, so that they have someone to look up to and someone that they can follow.
You've all made it very clear the Sweet 16 is your goal, but how do you keep yourself grounded in every single day going to practice and not getting too caught up in looking towards the Sweet 16 in January?
I think something that helps is we have multiple things written around the locker room that we can look at every day, like the attributes that we want to show up and do every single day, like confidence, tenacity, things like that. And just having those reminders put around the locker room when you go into it between events and everything just reminds you that you have a bigger goal to achieve, and you just need to take it day by day.
We've also worked just like so hard on knowing our personal whys, and we've, collectively agreed together that our personal whys will all lead us to the same path if we, work together. And that's been something that we've really worked on throughout preseason, throughout the start of this upcoming season, and just like reminding ourselves that like we are human, we're not perfect, we're gonna make mistakes, but we are a strong group of young women, and we are a really good team, and we have a lot to accomplish. And just remembering that when things get hard, it's really gonna help us towards our ideal goal of the Sweet 16.
One way we kind of break down our goals is into points of focus on each event. And so all of our routines have specific things that we look for. And so one of our ways that we're able to keep our eyes set forward is just to measure our consistency with those points of focus, and to see how we're able to grow over each week and each month in getting more consistent with hitting those marks.
Caitlin, you talked about how you learned a lot and how you wanted to be like past seniors. What have you learned throughout your years here going into your senior year, and what do you hope to pass on to our current freshmen?
I think one of the things that I really learned from our seniors is just like that being a good teammate goes far beyond anything else in this sport. There's going to be really hard days, and like meet season and the excitement of competition, like those are only a few days of the year. You have a lot of buildup and a lot of days in between. And so coming into the gym and having a good attitude and letting it be fun and letting it be something that you're excited to go into that space, and that you're excited to just be with your friends and be with the people around you, makes each day just be filled with joy, and it makes the process all worth it.
Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your very busy schedules to join us. We really appreciate it. We'll have our last group of athletes coming in to talk to us, and that'll be a wrap up after that. Thanks, guys. Good afternoon and welcome into the 2025 Husker Women's Gymnastics Media Days, hosted by the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. I am Arden Lockheim. Thank you guys for listening in on the live stream on the Nebraska News Service YouTube page. For those of you in the audience, how we've been doing all afternoon, raise your hand, we'll get the mic to you. And for you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We'll start out, we'll just go down the line, have each of you introduce yourselves, and then we'll get started.
I'm Montana Rollin. I'm an assistant coach at Nebraska.
My name is Reese Beckley, but everybody calls me Bex on the team, and I'm a senior from St. Charles, Missouri.
My name's Molly Peterson. I'm from Minnesota, and I am a sophomore.
I'm Karis Griffin. I'm from Missouri, and I'm a freshman.
Who is a gymnast that inspires you to be the best that you can be?
I think for me, Shiley's Jones is one I've always looked up to because she is a taller gymnast, and I think having a taller gymnast to look up to has really helped me just like with everything really. It is a struggle sometimes, so having her to look up to is really good.
I think a gymnast who I've always looked up to was my older sister. I grew up in a club gym where my mom was my coach, and both my sisters did gymnastics, so watching her navigate that with grace is something that I'll always hold on to and impacts me every day.
I would say that Allie Raisman was a really big person in my life that I looked up to. Like, I don't know her personally, but she was a great role model, and I don't know, she portrayed really great values.
All right, so my question for y'all is, what is gymnastics to you? Like, a lot of your teammates have said it's something that brought you closer to family. Another thing is it's like a home away from home. So what does gymnastics mean to you?
Oh, you can go.
Gymnastics has just been the place where I could always go to have fun, be myself, challenge myself to do hard things, and it always made me feel strong and confident. I've always been very passionate about the sport from a young age, so I never really went through a phase of not enjoying it, and I only want to bring that to the athletes that I coach.
I think gymnastics to me is more than a sport. It's definitely a community. Gymnastics has given me so many opportunities that I'll never take for granted. It means a lot to my family, with my mom being my coach, like I said, and all the values it's given me, and learning how to push through the hard times, how to have time management is something that I will continue to do in the future. So I think that's what gymnastics is to me.
I think that gymnastics is more than just a sport. I think that it's taught me many life skills and things that I'll carry for the rest of my life. With it not being like a super big sport like football, I think that that's even more valuable to me, that like I get to do a sport that's not as common. I don't know, it just means a lot to me.
Gymnastics also means a lot to me. It's just such a unique sport. It's really shaped me into the person I am today. And it's just something I've always loved since day one, so.
Reese, what has been your biggest challenge and greatest gain from leaving Columbia to represent the Husker name?
Yeah, so I went from Columbia, I represented the University of Missouri, and then I actually was at Lindenwood after that, and our program got cut almost 2 years ago today, which is crazy, and I wasn't sure if I was going to continue the sport of gymnastics, because at the end of the day, I don't do gymnastics for myself. I do it for my teammates, and I do it for my coaches because I want to represent them. I want to have their trust behind my back. It's just an amazing feeling. And having Heather pick me up, it was kind of Nebraska or nothing. When I was at Lindenwood, we came here for a gymnastics meet, and it was their senior night. And looking how they honored each other and how they treat each other and the energy, it was just contagious. I was like, I'm going to go to Nebraska or I'm going to be done. So the opportunity to be here really is a blessing, and I've learned so much. And these relationships that I've made with all of my teammates, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So the group before y'all talked about writings you had on the locker room just to kind of inspire you and give you ideas on what to work on and what kind of attitudes to keep. Can y'all elaborate on those and say what else has been written on that locker room, what inspired y'all to get those writings on there, and how much has it helped y'all in your practices?
I would say collectively as a team, we want to reach a bigger goal. And I think that really like inspired us to dig deeper into things that are going to get us there. And a big thing was figuring out like our why, like why do we do gymnastics? And we spent a lot of time as a team figuring that out. And then we decided to sit down and like do our values. And so we collectively decided as a team that we wanted to create these values that are going to help us get there. And I think that's what's really driving us to reach the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I think something else that is also up in our locker room that really influences me on a day-to-day basis is we have sticky notes. And sometimes when somebody does something great or something to be proud of, you often don't recognize yourself, but it encourages you to recognize yourself and others. So looking up on that wall and having undeniable proof that you are who you say you are and that walking into practice, you deserve to be confident. You have every right to be because everybody sees it and you should see it in yourself too. I think that's been a game changer for me.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to join us today. That concludes 2025 Husker Women's Gymnastics Media Days hosted by the College of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you all for being here. Thank you everyone on the stream for watching in, and make sure to look out for the Husker Women's Gymnastics team this season. Go Big Red.